Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And today we're continuing the European tour with Nightwing 74.
We're in London. Yay.
Yeah, really no new issue because, yes, we're recording this like 5 days after the last episode, so it's not new comic book day yet. So I'm sure Dick will be somewhere, Detective Comics or somewhere. But yes, day before New Comic Day. Well, DC's New Comic Day. DCSB. But I guess I'll send out the call if anyone can help me out. I've tried. I just not too long ago. I sent out the call a few minutes ago to Mr. Tom Taylor yet again on Twitter because I went to his website. I can't find any email address for him, or some people have how to contact their representation. I don't even see that on his website. I'm like,
You could try through Facebook, maybe. He's on Facebook.
Maybe, yeah.
On Facebook, but maybe with Twitter. I don't know. He's probably like, I'm too busy, but he's from Australia. Tell him I want to talk about Australia too.
Exactly. I'm like, let's talk Nightwing. Let's talk Superman. He's even done some Marvel stuff. I'm like, come on.
Apparently he did Injustice. So he's the one that did that dead kangaroo that messed me up when I read Injustice.
Mm-hmm. Hey, he's done a lot of stuff. So yeah, come on. Tom Taylor or anyone who can get me his contact deets. Yeah. Come on, let's make my year. Come on. I don't think there's any other Nightwing news, is there? Oh, they did announce that they are canceling Teen Titans Academy.
Oh yeah.
So, like I said, I kind of dropped it because Dick wasn't in it as much as I would like. So, I did send you that link.
Yeah, and like I said, I wasn't that surprised because
yeah,
it had a lot of characters in it, and a lot of them I didn't really know who they were, and I imagine maybe other people had that same problem.
Well, a lot of them were new, weren't they?
Maybe, and that's why I didn't know them.
Like some of the students. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I mean, I get the whole school angle, but yeah, when you do like a big ensemble cast like that, it's hard to focus on any characters.
Well, and I think this Who is Red X thing is dragging on way too long.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they should have solved that within the first 5 or 6 issues. Yeah. Because they're the last issue will be issue 15 in May. Where's they did mention the Red X thing. I can't remember.
I mean, they say it's supposed to be wrapped up in this most recent one that's coming out, but
number 12. Yeah.
With that.
Number 12. So yeah, so what was that? Like that's been at least a year. Come on. So yeah, but I guess the article said it was originally going to end at 12, but I guess they convinced the writer to stay on for 3 more issues or something. So
well, I think it has to do with that
crossover too. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if it's going to be the numbers to save it, but say like it goes into that crossover and does like amazing numbers. Is that going to change their tune or?
No, probably not.
I don't know. Just I'm sorry, just give me a regular Titans book again. Unless the Justice, supposedly they're killing off the Justice League. What is that, May or June?
I don't know. I thought that was April. I don't know. I can't keep up.
Since whatever in issue 75, that's when it happens. But it's not gonna be permanent. But it's like, unless they give us a new Justice League, and it's basically like that Titans team of like Dick, Donna, Wally.
Yeah, I don't know though. I mean, I don't feel like Batman's gonna be dead. It feels like he's still gonna be doing whatever over there.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, he's right now he's in the regular Batman book, but I believe Joshua Williamson is writing the regular Batman book, and I think he's the one who's doing the death of the Justice League. So I'm sure he can. So I was gonna say, are we gonna have a book titled Batman that doesn't have Batman in it, or is someone else gonna put on the suit?
Time will tell, but if they die, it'll be for like a hot second.
Oh my God! What if Dick tried to do both? What if he tried to be Nightwing in his own book and tried to be Batman in Bruce's book?
That would be a terrible choice.
I know.
That would just be asking to die. You'd be so tired.
You could well, let's see, like, one night here, one night there. You could just get like funny scenes of like him, like, running out in the Bloodhaven, and Barbara's like, wrong suit.
No. It would be too much. And I think that's why Batman won't really be that dead. Because I think the way it's been selling is stuff, I guess. I mean, actually, I don't know the numbers, but I think things are going really well with Nightwing, so I don't think they would want to screw that up.
Oh, yeah, no. That's
all. I mean, I suppose Jason doesn't have his own book, and neither does Tim. They could have one of them step in as Batman, and that could be interesting. I mean, what would they do with Damian? Well, I guess Damian's off being Robin, not even in Gotham, so.
Oh my God, can you imagine if Jason was Batman and he's like, oh, Tim, you could be my Robin?
Can you imagine if Tim was Batman and Damian was trying to be Robin? That would be bad news. That would be really bad news.
You're not Father. You're not Grayson. I will stab you.
Yeah, it'll be the first time. I mean, yeah, he not good. But yeah, Jason and Tim as Batman and Robin could get along better, but not great. Now, I think it would be hilarious if it was Jason and Damian as Batman and Robin, but basically they would just go around killing people.
Trying to kill each other.
I think they'd take a few major Gotham villains out first. The Joker's days would be totally numbered.
Oh, that'd be Dick. No killing. No killing.
Yeah, well, if Dick's all busy, he can't. Hey. Your own glass of water.
Cat trying to steal your water.
Yeah. She's mad though. I've drank it down too far, and she sticks her face in there. She can't get it. All right, get down. Okay. All right, I've got my tablet back. The cat's off of it. We can start talking about the issue.
All right, yeah, I'm just pulling it up on my tablet 2 on DC Universe.
I just want to say that no on how they drew Lady Vic on there. Yes, that is just unnatural, and no one's breasts are like that.
And you could say they might spill out during the fight if it was really that costume and that chest were really like that.
Yeah, they might, yes.
But I mean, at least now we know why Dick has that smile on his face on the cover.
I don't think so. That's not even attractive, is it?
I mean, it's unrealistic.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks painful, honestly.
I mean, that's plastic surgery. Yeah. So we weren't even in London last time, right? Because this one opens up in London.
Yeah, well, remember they were in Paris because she doesn't know any French.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. He can't pretend to be a waiter in London. They speak English. It wouldn't work.
So yeah, Waterloo Tour Ship 19.
Mm-hmm.
The Laura B.
They're over by the Tower Bridge.
So, yeah, I guess Mary went shopping for clothes for Dick, and then, oh, the phone's ringing.
Yeah.
I love how she's like, who knows we're here? And it's Barb.
And it's Barbara.
Richard's in the shower right now. May I take a message?
Barbara's face is like, what?
So yeah, we just see Dick in the bathroom thinking about the first time he stopped by a hotel room that Mary was staying in. It blew up.
Now they're on a boat, but he would like some clothes.
Yep, he's like, "Yes, I'm paying for the room. I know she's in possession of the journal." Basically, just bringing everyone up to date. It'd be really nice to have clothes. Then we go. Oh, back in Bloodhaven.
Yep. So we've got Gannon and setting up because we have not. We just saw her when John went to the Social Security office, but I think right. She's saying John Law wants to make a complaint against a former student or something. I assume he wants to make a complaint against Catalina, right? It's been a
I
while.
would assume. I wonder if she's just like stalking him every 2 seconds for like information or something.
Or if he's freaked out by. I mean, it doesn't take the world's greatest detective to figure out that if somebody sits you down and says, "Tell me everything about how you were a vigilante," and they might be thinking about doing it themselves.
True.
And so maybe he is wanting to give them a heads up.
But I love how like he called the cops on her, but he never called the cops on Tad.
But, well, maybe he didn't know who Tad was.
True.
I mean, I don't know. Tad wasn't that secretive, but I don't know. I try to think about Tad as little as possible, so I can't really remember what John Law knew about Tad.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about Tad until like recently when like in Damien's book he was like in this fight tournament on this island and like all like these dangerous fighters from the DC universe were there and Tad was there. I'm like, really, Tad?
Number one, that's digging deep. Number two, Tad was not that great of a fighter.
I know. I'm like, really? It's like martial artists like Connor Hawk, like Green Arrow's son and stuff, and
Tad Ryer's dad.
Deathstroke's daughter. Yeah, it's Tad. I'm like, Tad, real? That's
Tad was just there to be cannon fodder then.
I would assume, yeah.
But yeah, also, going back to something we said before, there are some good stories in his Nightwing run. This one I think is quite good. But then there are some stuff that I like. You give the side eye to, and like honestly, I give the side eye to Tad because he didn't really need to be there, and he did not add anything.
I don't know if like Chuck Dixon just threw Tad in for comedic effect or.
I don't know, but I wasn't laughing. I was like,
You're like, that's not funny.
like this guy. Tad, he's like the Jar Jar Binks of Nightwing.
Oh. Misa, get my ass beat. So.
All right, yes. But Gannon Malloy goes in to talk to Redhorn and he's dead.
Yep. Right at his desk.
Yep. But at least Mary, who actually seems to very much love her husband, Chief Redhorn, even though he is not worthy of it, at least she doesn't know. And instead, she's being super cute over in London talking to Barbara. She's so funny. Talking about, oh, if you had seen that look on his face when he got fired from that awful cafe, I just couldn't help myself. I had to make sure he'd be okay. And then she's like, shame on you, Richard, leaving your lady friend alone in Gotham City while you gad about all over Europe.
Like who? While what?
And then to Barbara, oh, I wish you could see the sweater I just found for him, Barbara. It's almost the same shade of blue as his eyes. I just know it'll be adorable on him. Oh, Mary, you're so cute. Oh, and then my favorite one. No, he spilled coffee all over his little waiter uniform. I felt terrible dragging him on the boat like that, but, Well, I had to get out of France, and I just couldn't leave him there all wet and motherless.
And then Dick's cheesing in the bathroom and thinking, so in one reality, my new American friend is from Paris. It talks to my girlfriend back home. While in another reality, my uncooperative temporary damsel in distress unsuspectingly chats with the key intelligence dispatcher for the global superhero community.
Yep.
He's like, I wonder if I came clean with her now, which part would she find more unbelievable?
I don't know. I mean, that's a
About him
a
being
lot of layers there.
Nightwing, or the whole thing with her husband.
Well, I don't know.
But luckily, this bathroom has a skylight because he looks up and there's Lady Vic. There's Lady Vic looking less chesty.
Yeah, looking like a normal person.
Because it's a different artist.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
He's like, oh.
Well, it makes sense because she's British, so they're in London.
All right, well, and we also know Blockbuster hired her anyway.
Oh, yeah, he's hired her for it, yeah.
So now they're having a fight.
Oh, is he taking her down with that? Is that the sweater they were talking about? There's some part
No, the sweater's blue. The pink thing's the towel.
Oh, the towel, yeah. He wraps it around her arm. It's like, Mary, get down.
Yep.
He's thinking, really shouldn't be doing this without the costume on. And he's like, but I don't have much choice.
There's running, and then we have Brutal entering the fray. Is he also British?
I don't know if they were really gone into his background. I don't think so, but I mean, that's another one Blockbuster has hired before, so.
Okay.
So yeah, lots of knives and swords flying around here.
So he says, Blockbuster might have sent him, which is just what I wanted.
Let me see Mary grab the journal.
Yep.
Dick's thinking she hasn't destroyed it yet because she thinks she can still help her husband. And I haven't just taken it from her because her life will be in danger as long as Blockbuster thinks she has it. He's like,
but now people who can report back to Blockbuster.
Yep.
So she seemed to sense that these people want that journal. So Dick takes it from her. You don't want her. You want this.
Yep.
And then off he goes. Boom.
Yep. Jumps over Lady Vic. Yeah. Drop kicks Brutal.
And he says, I love this.
He's like, now that she's out of danger, show's all me again, and I'm ready to go for hours.
Then he jumps off, getting his brand new clothes that Mary went out to buy, all wet. So now he is yet again all wet and motherless, just in a different place. Feeling truly alive, he says.
So yeah, Brutal and Lady Vic are looking for him, and yeah, then Brutal's like, what about her? And Lady Vic, leave her. We're only interested in the journal.
It's good because Mary hears him say that.
Yep. So then back in Bloodhaven, they're zipping the chief into a body bag, and it says that in there carved into his desk is truth is not an option.
Yep. Then Amy has to explain to Gannon that in Bloodhaven, it's the good hot cops that have to be secretive. And then I guess the guy who's in charge of the investigation, I have to ask, open the lockers. Does anyone have a knife stashed in here? And they open the lockers and like everyone has at least one knife.
I know the bench in the locker was just covered in knives.
He says, sorry you asked. He says, very.
Then we go back to London in a splash page of Nightwing in costume.
Holding the journal.
Yep.
It was very smart of Mary to put it in a plastic bag before she brought it out because Ziploc saving the day. When you have to jump into the Thames River with precious journals, put them in a Ziploc bag.
I mean, did she just have that somewhere in the bathroom? So I'm wondering if was it in that bag because she have it in the toilet tank or something, maybe.
Oh, yeah, she might have. Let's go back.
Yeah, I don't know if they showed where she exactly pulled it from, but I know I'm pretty sure she.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, they don't show it dripping, but yeah, maybe she had it in a bag in case she ever wanted to store it. And so, yeah.
Or you're on a boat, to
Mhm.
best to keep it safe.
Yep. And he says, "There's still one more innocent I need to save." Dick Grayson.
I know. He's like, I don't mind them following me, but I don't want them following Dick Grayson. So yeah, he waits a while, and then he sees someone who could pass for him from a distance, and he he throws on a trench coat and a hat, goes down, plants the journal on the guy, and then when he sees those two show up, he swings down and grabs the journal again.
Yeah. He's talking about how he learned these pickpocketing, and I don't know what it's called when you stick something on someone. That's like a reverse pickpocket.
I know.
A drop pocket. That he says he learned those before he met Bruce.
Yeah, 'cause he's like, yeah, being born rich has its advantages, but being born dirt poor, you learn a survival trick or two along the way.
Not the least of which is how to lure bullies away from less challenging targets.
Mm, yeah, okay, is this good or not? Once again, I feel the heat spread through my skin. Even pain feels good. Uh, so basically, yeah, he's an adrenaline junkie. It seems.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Well, and I think it's like this is more his comfort zone than following
Yeah,
a random lady around.
yeah, I know. So yeah, he's fighting Brutal and Lady Vic on this like up on the roof, or no, I was gonna say rooftop, or is this like up on the
I think
bridge?
it's some kind of bridge.
Yeah. Till all of the thoughts and worries evaporate with my sweat, and of course I win.
That's right.
Oh, but look who's coming to check on Mary,
That's right. With a little makeup from the old makeup trunk. Since
Mrs.
his
Red.
hair is definitely dyed. Yes. I cannot tell you how glad I am to see you hearty and hale.
Please accept this plane ticket home as a token of our gratitude. I'm happy to report that your life should no longer be in danger, and wanted to personally thank you for cooperating with our agent.
Yes.
I know. She's like, your agent? Indeed. I'm sorry. I could not have been more forthright with you to begin with. The truth is, Master Richard is not a Parisian cafe waiter. He's an Interpol agent.
That was pretty good. I was like, oh,
I
that's
mean,
pretty slick.
that explains the fight that took place in the boat,
Exactly. And since he has and since he has Alfred, British dude on there, like it totally, I'd buy it if I were Mary Redhorn. Like, whoa, this dude found me in Paris, and then he could totally save me from assassins. And then this British guy shows up and says they're from Interpol. I'd buy it.
And it probably makes more sense to Mary than masked vigilante.
Yes, definitely. Because Interpol, as far as she knows, is real.
Yes. So then we see Alfred get on a double decker bus and Dick's waiting on top. She go for it?
In his trench coat again.
Yes. Indeed, she's on her way to Heathrow at this very moment. Considerably more relieved than when I first found her. I'm always like, I assume you took care of the ruffians. Hardly broke us
Yes, that's so British.
as they're hanging above the street.
Yep.
But yeah, he thanks Alfred for the help, and he's like, I don't mind helping you as pleased as I am to assist you and Miss Gordon. I do not feel comfortable with lying to a lady such as Mary Redhorn about my identity. I love Dick. What are you talking about? You love lying about your identity. You do it for Bruce all the time.
So he's like, I guess I'm not fully comfortable encouraging you to lie to ladies such as Mary Redhorn. I guess is this supposed to be, I wish you didn't have to lie so much to
Well,
the innocent, I guess.
I guess, but like Dix even says, he's like, most of my life is a lie. As much as I wish it were otherwise, 9 times out of 10, well, truth is not an option. And the next night, I guess he's back in Bloodhaven. He meets up with Amy as Nightwing.
Yep.
And again, she's like, "Oh, I guess it's true. Bloodhaven has its own vigilante." I'm like, "Shouldn't you have been hearing rumors at least? If this seems like it's a total shock to her, but it's like, okay, it's been 74 issues of hey."
Well, but she was talking about it beforehand. But maybe everybody was careful not to say the rumors about around Amy.
Maybe, yeah, little crooked cops kept themselves.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, she says, "Oh, Bloodhaven does have its own vigilante." He's like, "Is that good or bad?" She's like, "I'm not sure yet." Okay, so spoilers. Eventually, Amy finds out his identity. Do you think she knows yet, or does she suspect? I
I
mean,
don't know if she knows right now, but I mean, because this is the first time she's ever met him, so
yeah,
I wouldn't think that.
but she has spent a lot of time with Dick, though.
Right, and he has been suspiciously ill during the time that she's been able to figure out that Mary Redhorn is gone.
And I mean, I don't think, she might not know how innocent Nightwing is. I mean, hey, Dick gets sick. All of a sudden, Redhorn's dead. The journal pops up. Yeah.
I mean,
So,
yeah, actually, she's gonna figure it out pretty soon because he's
oh,
gonna
yeah.
not be a cop pretty soon.
Yeah.
I mean, like, fewer than 20 issues.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
But she's like, what you're doing is illegal. That's what got me thinking, oh, maybe she suspect because she even says to him, she's like, what you're doing is illegal, right? Basically saying, cop by day, vigilante by night. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could be anything by day and vigilante by night. It's still legal. It's the
True.
vigilante part
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
illegal. Right. Yeah. You don't believe in the system. It's essential, but not always enough. Yeah, I don't know if right at this first time, but I think that's why there's always the joke that, I mean, yes, of course, a good cop would totally figure it out. And Amy's a
Yeah.
good cop. She's probably already
Yeah.
figured it out. Just like, yes, of course, Jim Gordon totally knows. He just
Plausible deniability.
Yes, he just acts like he doesn't, because if he didn't know, he would be a terrible detective.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to get in trouble. And then if anyone says, hey, go after the Batman, it's like, oh, I don't know who the Batman
Oh, I don't
is.
know who it is. Because it's all circumstantial evidence, so you could be like,
I know. I love that. Speaking of Gordon, she's like, why on the roof? He's like, tradition. But he's like, I'm gonna give you this. And he tells her about the journal that Mary was keeping. And without realizing it, she kept excellent records of who played parts in the corruption of the Bloodhaven civil offices. It implicates members of Eternal Affairs and the mayor's office. But he's like, in trustworthy hands.
the corruption is deep.
I know. He's like, when trustworthy hands, they can get enough warrants and stuff. And she's like, can you feel that? Those hands are mine? I've been watching you, Sergeant. I know you'll do the right thing. And then last panel is just like, I wish I knew the same about you. As she looks in there, he's gone.
Tradition.
It's like your father.
Yep.
It's probably easier for Dick to like disappear than Bruce even too, because one, no cape, and two, Dick can just like, probably just like fall off the roof backwards or something and have an easier time of it than Bruce or any of them.
Probably, but Batman really, really, really loves that disappearing trick. So I feel like he always, when he gets to the roof, he's always standing in the most shadowy spot that's the best to make it a disappearance.
And he always likes to have the last word now.
Yep.
All right. So, I mean, next week will kind of be the last part, but we are back from Europe. So, what did you think about
Europe?
What did you think of our European trip?
That was awesome.
I know.
I love it. I love seeing and it was particularly good for me, the artist on this one, because I liked their style. I mean, I'm not good with, I don't know what you would term this style, but you know how sometimes on the internet they sell those kind of like retro travel posters or whatever.
Yeah.
I really like that style, and this reminded me a little bit of that. It's a bit stylized, but it's not too stylized, but it's also not super realistic or gritty or whatever. So yeah.
It'd be cool. You kind of get the taste of England like on the cover for this one, because you get the double decker bus and stuff. It would have been cool if like they would have did that for like all the cities. Like last issue they would have did like him with like I don't know, in front of the Eiffel Tower or something, and then just could have had a series of travel posters of him in all those different cities.
That would have been cool, yeah.
Yeah, because I think
Like
it was just
pinup.
yeah, because it was just the bullet train last time. Yeah, but if you had it in the front of the Eiffel Tower or something, that would have
Yeah, the bullet train is sort of more generally European than specifically French.
Yeah.
But yeah, the London one is good. Aside from
the
boob.
Silicon Valley, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So of the European vacation, it's hard to say. I feel like I like the London one best just because I like London the best of all the cities they were in. And also I thought Mary was super hilarious in this one.
Yeah, all that was good. And then too, it's like some of the other cities, it was just basically him like, dodging the cops and stuff. At least here he got the fight like actual like super villains kind of. So yeah, I mean this one kind of had more than the other ones. I mean, they were all good, but
I mean, the Italian one, they did have that great Brazil's going to kick your butt in the World Cup.
Yes.
And of course, and I love how when he's in Paris, he uses, I don't know any French to make her think that he's getting fired when really the dude is, what are you doing? You don't work here. What's going on?
Oh yeah, I think they were all, like I said, they're all very good. But I think this issue had, more of your favorite Dick moments. We did get Alfred, got the action. So yeah, I think she packed more into this than maybe the last three combined. And then next week,
and we got to learn a little more about Mary and how she is very nice. I mean, because you already suspected that, but we never really got to talk. I mean,
yeah,
but she never really talked to Dick so much before. So
I'm trying to remember. I don't know if do we see Mary again? I don't think, do we?
If we do,
I mean, I don't want to say she's useless, but no, I just mean to the story. I mean, her husband's dead and she doesn't have that journal anymore. So it's like,
I mean, if I were Mary, I would hightail it back to Snug K and not leave.
Oh yeah, I mean,
maybe not leave, but just not go to Bloodhaven again.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say she's in London. Never go back to Bloodhaven.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. But no, and then this issue makes me miss Alfred. They need to bring him back already. Kids need you, Alfred. I want Dick
everyone needs you.
I want Dick to show him what he did with his money.
Right. Yeah. Because I don't think Alfred's gonna ask for it back.
Oh no, especially if he shows him the foundation he set up and everything.
He might be like, I need an allowance though, so that I can, buy my tea.
And if Bruce can't afford to pay Alfred right now, I mean, Alfred can make like Dick can make Alfred like CEO or some board member on that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's his foundation, so he should have a supervisory role.
Exactly.
He should get to decide some of like, I think this person should get money.
And he's going to be less busy than Dick and the others. So yeah, why don't you have somebody in there who, an adult in there?
Well, in my version, in my world, the headcanons or whatever they say, I always figured that not Bruce dying, but should Bruce actually ever step away, since he has all of these kids, he doesn't need to, like, one kid doesn't need to be doing everything. They can split it up. And I think one of the natural divisions would be like, okay, there's Wayne Enterprises and then there's the Wayne Foundation, all the charitable stuff. And like, I think that the charitable stuff, that's what Dick should be in charge of.
Yes, exactly.
And then the other ones can fight about what's going on at Wayne Enterprises. Although I also used to joke that since Jason's legally dead, they'll just have to give him a giant barrel full of money and fill it up whenever he needs more, because like How can a dead person have a job? That would raise all kinds of questions.
Exactly. All right. So, should we give everyone the homework?
Yep, I think that's a wrap.
All right. So, all right. Yes. So, just adding to the schedule here. All right. So, yeah, next week will be Nightwing 75, which is an oversized issue, I believe. So, yeah, it'll only be one issue again, but it'll be longer than this, the last couple weeks. So,
And I believe it has some very famous quotes in it.
yes. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be covering the first 4 issues of Grayson, plus the new issue, Superman, Son of Kal-El #9, the second part of that crossover.
Nice.
And then in 3 weeks, Grayson 5 through 8, the first annual, and Nightwing #90.
My gosh, we're really picking up the pace here, Phil.
I know. So, and another team up, it'll be Dick and Wally.
Nice.
Yay! So all his friends are coming over.
Classic. Yeah, I want Donna to come over.
I know. Oh yeah. All right. So
I mean, she already did, and she went and threatened Blockbuster, and that was cool. So now I want her to do it some more.
I believe Corey did the threatening. I believe she got in
Oh
his
yeah,
face.
that's right. Corey did.
Yeah.
That's right. Because she was like, "Oh, you can," and she's like, "You want to try me?"
I mean, come on. I mean, Donna's pretty strong too, but I mean, I know Corey can basically probably like.
Well, I mean, she can just give him one blast and boom.
Oh yeah,
that's
plus
it.
she's strong too. I think she's
Blockbuster.
She's in some like Wonder Woman, Superman weight class. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Plus she's taller, I think. So.
Yeah, I think she just
All right, kids. So yeah, so send your thoughts on all of those. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And hey, let me know if you know another way to get hold of Tom Taylor. We must talk to him. All right. So yes, and also follow Nightwing News on Facebook, on Twitter. Go join the Nightwing fan group on Facebook. Find links to all the social media for all the shows we do on the Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Every episode gets a video. We even have interviews up there. The interview we did with Peacekeepers Annie Chang is man, it's breaking YouTube. It's over 3,000 views already. So
wow, rock
I know.
on.
People love TV. So yeah, so
people love TV.
People love the television. All right. Yeah, so subscribe to YouTube. Most importantly, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Again, we don't have butlers who did not leave us any money. So we're all paying for this on our own. So every little bit helps. With $3 to $5 gives you the exclusive content, early access to creator interviews. Mr. DG Chichester talks to me a little every month about one of his comic book stories.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
That's right. And Patreon exclusive, the superhero movie brackets. Round 2 is about to begin. So join me, Lilith, Charlie, and that one right there. So
oh yeah, I watched the movies over the weekend.
I
took notes.
Oh, I didn't even watch it yet. Oh, she got notes, kids.
Actually, I watched it with my parents, so I also have 2 other opinions.
Oh, Mama said. So yes. So subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/capes and lunatics. Or pick yourself some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. You can find all of that at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And if you're not a person to go on the internets a lot, go pick up a good book. Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, may I recommend.
But if you don't go on the internet a lot, how are you even watching this?
Once a week, they just jump on and be like, "Oh, that Nightwing News is on." Or they could be listening to this on the podcast. They can be listening to this on their phone.
I know. I'm just teasing.
So yeah. So again, Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, recommended reading for this podcast, or for any DC fan. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us again in 1 week, Nightwing 75. And then in 2 weeks and 3 weeks, new issues. And we'll start covering the Grayson run. Not bad. We made it around the world in what, 3 weeks?
I mean, pretty good considering it's COVID.
True. All right, kids. Watch out for those gravity-defying assassins. But until next time, join us same wing time.
Same weekend.
The Nightwing News. We work for Interpol.
We